ございます。おはようございます。Good morning everyone。ということで G-SHOCK プレゼンツ2024フォーミュラドリフトジャパンラウンド3恵比寿サーキット西コース、朝早くから皆さんありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
はい、ということでここでは皆さんお待ちかねのギャルオンステージ、各チームのレースクイーンの皆様からアピールしていただきたいと思います。司会進行を務めますのはモーターゲームスガールズ2024マリリンこと宝生マリナと
平子こと平崎里奈がお送りいたします。よろしくお願いいたします。
ありがとうございます。では早速皆さんも一緒に元気に参りましょうかね。
はい、では早速始めていきたいと思います。では皆さん上がってきてください。うわー、可愛い女の子がいっぱい乗ってきますから。いっぱい来
ますよ皆さん。
では並んでいただいて、はい。では早速始めさせていただきたいと思います。はい。では最初に DGR レーシング with グッドライドからゆりかさんとえみさんよろしくお願いします。
はい、前どうぞ。せっかくだから真ん中どうぞ。
皆様おはようございます。 DGR レーシング with グッドライド所属スピードマスターギャルズのゆりかと
リーズスクエアレーシングガールのエミです。
よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
私たちは870番花輪明宏選手を応援しています。
車両はチーム監督でありオーナーの高木監督自らが製作する VQ35 エンジン搭載の BMW Z4 です。
本日は同じグッドライドタイヤを装着する山中真央選手との対戦です。応援の合言葉は
埴輪じゃないよ花輪だよです。
応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。では撮影タイムに移りたいと思います。皆さんカメラの準備大丈夫ですか？では撮影タイムスタートです。
可愛いらしい。2人とも今日はポニーテールでリボンもお揃いをつけておりますから。
ちなみに皆さん知ってますか？赤いコスチュームを着てるゆりかさんは MSG チャレンジというドリフトの競技で優勝したことがあるドライバーさんなんですよね。可愛いのよね。
こんなに可愛いドライバーさんいるんだみたいな。
なんか社長の話ではあれらしいですよ。北海道で一番上手なドライバー、女性ドライバーということですごい最初権利ですね。
あるのかな、どっかで。ぜひ皆さん話しかけたりしてみてください。
はい、じゃあそろそろカウントダウン参りますよ。大丈夫ですか？アピールしてくださいね。じゃあカウントダウン入ります。10、9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1、終了です。ありがとうございます。ゆりかさんとえみさんでした。では続いて参りたいと思います。続いてはグッドライドモータースポーツ with エヴァンゲリオンレーシングから赤木ありささんです。お願いします。
皆さんおはようございます。エヴァンゲリオンレーシング2024レースクイーン綾波レイ役の赤木ありさと申します。エヴァンゲリオンレーシングはグッドライドモータースポーツとタッグを組んでフォーミュラドリフトジャパンにシリーズで初参戦いたします。エヴァンゲリオン初号機のイメージした紫と黄緑色のカラーリングの111号車エヴァ RT グッドライドフェアリー Z、 ドライバーは日比野哲也選手、そしてエヴァンゲリオン2号機をイメージした真っ赤なカラーリングの530号車エヴァ RT グッドライド GR ヤリス、ドライバーは増山渉選手。それでは皆さん111号車日比野選手、 530号車増山選手の応援をよろしくお願いします。
はい、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。一回マイクもらっちゃいますね。はい、では撮影タイム入りたいと思います。撮影タイムスタートです。はいね、赤木ありさちゃんはいつもなんかこう喋ってるところを見ると守りたくなっちゃうような可愛さがある方だなと思っていつも見てるんですけども、可愛いね、本当に可愛い。泣かないね。このキャラに合ってますね。こんなところもキャラに合ってるななんて思いながらいつも見ております。皆さんカメラしっかりアピールして目線もらってください。はい、ではカウントダウン入ります。10、9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1、撮影タイム終了です。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございました。それでは続きましてグッドライドモータースポーツから鎌田ありささんお願いいたします。
おはようございます。グッドライトモータースポーツの鎌田ありさです。グッドライトタイヤはタイヤ企業ランキングで世界の8位に入るタイヤメーカーです。ドライバーは昨年に引き続き61号車山中真央選手、そして今年からは212号車大江龍太郎選手、45号車 S チャラポン選手を力強くサポートしてまいります。今回は S 選手はお休みになりますが次回のス号には帰ってくるので応援をよろしくお願いします。さらにスーパー GT やスーパーフォーミュラーで大活躍されている大島和也選手が GR カローラをドライブします。大島選手のカーナンバーは14です。マシンのカラーリングはグッドライトらしいブラックやグリーンを基調としているので皆さんも一緒に応援をよろしくお願いします。
はい、ありがとうございます。では撮影タイムに参りたいと思います。撮影タイムスタートです。可愛いね、ありさちゃんいつも髪の毛が可愛いね、笑顔が素敵です。皆さんたくさん写真撮ってくださいね。
はい、
大丈夫、端の人もアピールしてくださいよ
あ、いいですね。しっかり目線もらってください。
大丈夫そうですか？ではカウントダウン参りたいと思います。10、9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1、ありがとうございます。撮影タイム終了です。それでは続いて参りたいと思います。続いてはチームオレンジから佐々木萌香さんお願いします。
皆さんおはようございます。56号車ミスター DIY リンドンタイヤドリフトチームオレンジを応援する萌ちゃんこと佐々木萌香です。ドライバーはミンミン選手です。そしてチームオレンジからは小橋選手、カンタ選手、そして若手のルーキーリュウマ選手が参戦しています。リンドンタイヤのシリーズ2年連続チャンピオンを目指して皆さん熱い応援をお願いします。グッズいっぱい身につけてくださってる皆さんとても嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございます。では撮影タイム参りたいと思います。撮影タイムスタートです。
はい、もうね、今日はね福島のこのサーキットで大会ですから、萌ちゃんのねチームのホームというか、皆さんファンの方も思わず応援が熱くなっちゃうんじゃないかなと思うんですけれども、可愛いハートですハートですよ。皆さんいっぱいハートとかね、可愛いポーズもらってください。なんかね、私たちいつもこう皆さんこのねレースクイーンの皆さんの可愛いポーズを見て、あ、可愛いなって思うんですけど、なかなかねこうパッてできることじゃないんで、本当みんなすごいなと思っていつも見てますはい、大丈夫ですか？皆さんバッチリ目線もらってますか？大丈夫ですかね？ではそろそろカウントダウンさせていただきたいと思います。10、9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、 1、撮影タイム終了です。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。では続きまして、ケノールパフォーマンスオイルから長谷めぐみさん、土門アネラさん、お願いいたします。
皆さんおはようございます。ケノールガールの長谷めぐむと
辻門アネラです。私たちは笹山選手、日比野選手、山中選手、増山選手を応援しています。ケノールオイルは 100% フランス製のオイルです。
ケノールブースは皆さんの後方奥の右側にございます。ブースではケノールオイルやケノールグッズの販売をしておりますので、ぜひ皆さんブースにお越しください。それでは私たちと一緒にチームの応援をよろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。
はい、では撮影タイム入りたいと思います。撮影タイムスタートです。
ケノールさんはいつも1日目と2日目でこうあれですね、
ね、
変えるんですね、
衣装が素敵ですね。
素敵。皆さんこうなんか大人の魅力というか、ケノールさんは
本当に素敵です。皆さん、たくさん写真撮ってください。
美しさを
ね、
いっぱい
私もあちら側にいたら撮りたいわ。素敵。
なんかいい匂いしそうですね。さって撮ったら
皆さんアピールしてくださいね。
いっぱい美しさをカメラに収めてください。あ、いいですね。しっかりみんな目線をもらって見てますね。大丈夫ですか？
カウントダウン入りますよ。大丈夫ですか？はい、ではカウントダウン始めます。10、9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1、終了です。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。はい、皆さんありがとうございました。今日のね、このまま G-SHOCK プレゼンツフォーミュラドリフトジャパンラウンド3恵比寿サーキット西コース1日、ぜひ皆さん楽しんでいってください。
はい、それではギャルオンステージ終了したいと思います。皆さんありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
「 Welcome everybody back here at Ebisu Circuit for the G-Stock Presents Formula Drift Japan 2024 Round 2. We are in Fukushima Prefecture at this beautiful facility, Ebisu Circuit, here at the Nishi course, which is a west course. We see the drone's view from up high, looking at the track, looking down at the track. Top left is where they start. We are somewhere around the mid-right side where the stand is. The judges are all here, and you see the judging stand. Right next to the judging stand is a spotter stand, and the spectators checking out the event here live. Now it is about 9:45 right now, so everything's gonna kick off in a minute. So stay tuned, guys. Right now the track guys are cleaning up the track. We just had an hour and a half session of practice. And right here is the start gate. Yesterday was sunny. Today it's cloudy, but very, very cool, and not as much breeze as yesterday. So this should be really good for the cars. So here you go, to the right on the screen you see the Japanese MC Eiichi Akutsu, and next to him is Yoichi Imamura, one of the judges, and next to Imamura is Tadahiro Fukada, and next to Tadahiro Fukada is Kenji Yamanaka, also the judges. And these two, all three of them actually ex-drivers, so they are the new judges for the FD 2024 season. And I am your host that will be speaking in English and doing the English side live stream, Robbie Nishida. And I am also judging the Formula Drift USA series, but I will be concentrating on commentating here for the English live stream. And I just have to say, it's a very beautiful day here today. Some cloud, nice backdrop. We can't see the mountains, but let's go ahead and check out yesterday's qualifier run and guess who got first place in the qualifying. We're going to go right into the interview after that as well. Right here you see this, the Kazama Auto vehicle, a big body Lexus IS 500 is Kenshiro Gushi, who is also a Formula Drift USA driver. He was able to snag the first place position for the qualifier yesterday. So in the Japan series, they still do the qualifying instead of the seating bracket tandem battles. All right, so Kenshiro Gushi has been with this team for 3 years. He's been third once and second twice. So he is happy and pleased with the first place in the qualifying. And of course, he is gunning for the top spot here today. And they asked what he thought and what he's going to be doing for today. He said, he's planning to get on the top spot. And he just wants to do him, have a good time and have fun. And, he's pleased and happy to be with the Team Kazama team, and grateful for the fans. So here you go. This is the areas for the qualifying, the point broken down. But for tandem, obviously, the lead car is going to have to do the best run as possible, and the chase car has to be as close as possible on the same line and the same angle with the lead. So obviously the lead car is going to have to do their job, and the chase car is going to have to do their job according to how the lead car is doing. And it's a big difference from last year. There's a big difference from last year where it's a higher speed flow, but this time it's almost like a figure eight. So this is going to be, we're expecting more closer tandems in this way, and there's also, you know, more than one transition where there was only one transition in the layout that we had last year. So the outside zone 1, outside zone 2 isn't a smooth radius. It's very tricky. So I know it was really hard for some of the drivers to handle for the qualify yesterday. So there wasn't higher scores coming out, but it looks like this morning a lot of the drivers has been doing well, and they look relaxed during the hour-and-a-half practice we just had for the tandem. So pretty sure that the lead cars are going to be more comfortable than how they were yesterday for the qualify. And here you go, hashtag FDJ EBI, FDJ, Formula Drift Japan, Ebisu EBI. So if you have anything you want to share, or if you want to check out something on Instagram or whatever social media, go ahead and use this hashtag and check it out. And if you're here and if you're watching the live stream, or if you're going to be coming here today to spectate, go ahead and take a lot of pictures and videos and whatever you want to do, whatever you feel, just go ahead and post that. And since I am talking by myself, I will try to chime in and check out what's going on the chat room. You guys keep it coming. Just be nice. And we have Joyce out there checking this out, making sure everything is straight over here on the live stream. And hello to the US Formula Drift USA family there. Yeah, so yeah, I think Kengushi did a really good job, because that's it's a pretty heavy car, and in FD Japan they don't have a tire size to weight rule like the FD USA does. So you can see some of the cars that are lighter with big tires versus some cars that are heavier with the with the same size tires as the light cars. So there are some advantages and disadvantages, I guess, in that. Pretty sure they're gonna, or hopefully they will add that to the rules one of these days, so it would be more fair maybe for the cars and the builds. And here you go, this is Kenshiro Gushi to the right, and they are done with warming their tires up. So leading is car number 21, Team Kazama with Moti's Kenshiro Gushi. And giving chase is Yuichi Amagai, car number 93 with perfect style. He is in his 2J packed S15. He qualified 32nd yesterday, but that's probably not his best run. But how is he gonna take on the number one qualifier? Let's go ahead and get this started. Both cars initiating. Looks like Amagai, a shallower line in the chase, very close to that tire barrier, and had to cheat the line a lot. And finishes off. Proximity-wise, not too far off, but we do want to see the vehicles running similar line and similar angle. Angle-wise, a little bit shallower here, cheating the line, getting to the outside zone 2, and not even in the box there that is drawn out, both for the touch and go and the outside zone 2 and outside zone 1. So this will be looked at by the 3 judges we have, and instead of, it's going to be a little different qualifying because they will not put down scores. All 3 judges will be making a vote, so it's going to be driver A, driver B, or one more time, OMT. So if there's one judge that says one more time, 2 judges say driver A, is driver A moves on. If there's more than one judge saying one more time, probably going to be a one more time. I mean, I don't have to explain that. You guys could probably figure that out. Yeah, I see a very solid lead. Yeah, I think a lot of the FD Japan cars, they're the front end, I think they avoid maybe the tire hitting inside, or I don't know what it is, but then their cars are really high. Like you can see the behind the car from underneath the car, like you see on Amagai's car on the right side. All right, so now Amagai's leading and Gucci is giving chase. Oh, that was a big mistake by Amagai. A huge correction. Changed for a split second. That does not look good for Amagai in the lead position. Let's go ahead and check out the replay here. Amagai does okay at the outside zone 1 line-wise. And right here for the outside zone 2, he gets... Yeah, he goes into the wall just a tad bit, which causes him to correct, make a huge correction, pretty much straightening. Yeah, so this might be pretty easy for the judges to make a call, and I'm pretty sure you guys will probably agree with it as well. The back area where the cars are driving back to the pits. But before they get to there, they will make the call. There you go, Yamanaka, Imamura, and Fukada all sliding right to Kenguchi. Kenshiro Gucci gets the win. Congratulations. Amagai could not perform the best as he can this time, but hopefully he can come back stronger for the next round. Now let's move on to the next battle for the top 32. In the lead position is Yoshika Tamagawa from Car Guy Racing with 5X. Giving chase is Koichi Yamashita, TMS Racing, Team Good Ride. Now Yamashita being an ex-Formula Drift Japan champion multiple times, but Tamagawa not an easy driver to beat. This is going to be close because Tamagawa was 16 in qualify, Yamashita was 17. Tamagawa nowhere near the outside zone. Looks like he came a little short. Not as deep in the outside zone 2 where the judges want him to be. Yamashita keeping his cool, keeping his distance, but keeping the pressure on and giving chase. All right, so here you go. You can see Tamagawa not in the box at all where it's drawn out. And there's no rule that you have to be in the box, but that's just for you to tell how far they are from the outside outside zones. And it's pretty obvious there. But Yamashita keeping his distance, playing it really safe. See the FPV drone footage, vehicles. Yeah, Tamagawa's line, I would not say is the cleanest. All right, now we have the drivers switch places now. Koichi Yamashita is leading and Yoshika Tamagawa is giving chase. Tamagawa goes way too wide at outside zone 1, and all Yamashita has to do is finish this lap. Looks like Tamagawa, maybe it's some issues that he has. Yeah, maybe Tamagawa, something happened to his vehicle. But Yamashita finished off the track. So, hey, this might be another easy call for the judges as well. And all 3 judges slides left. It's Koichi Yamashita gets the win. Moves on to the top 16. So the first battle for the top 16 is going to be Kenshiro Gushi versus Koichi Yamashita. All right, already lined up here for the next battle is the only female Formula Drift Japan driver that we have here. Car number 919, Echo, driving the 1087X S13 Sylvia. And against her is also another foreign driver all the way from Thailand. It's Pon. He's driving the Nexter Drive to Drift S15 Sylvia. And both drivers looks like Echo didn't fill the zone as well as she should have, but right behind her, keeping the pressure on is Pon. But Pon also not taking the line or the proper line he should be taking. And both drivers finish off the track. All right, so Echo did a great job here at outside zone 2. And going deep into the touch and go. Go house. You can see how close she was getting to the wall. But Pon keeping a little bit of pressure going with proximity, but taking a much shallower line. Now it's going to be the other way around, where Echo is going to be giving chase and Pon is going to be leading. Yeah, I got some comments here. Yeah, the body kit on the S13. This is a very beautiful looking car. And also, I think it was built by Fat 5 Racing. And they built it so that it could be converted, because she is renting the car from there. Either it could be converted to a left hand or a right hand drive. Everything is kind of set up like that, so it's pretty cool. I think they have you can see there's steering wheels on both sides of this car. I think they just changed the rack and convert the pedals and stuff like that. All right, now in the lead position is Pon. And giving chase is Echo. Oh, there is a red flag. Oh, so yeah. Looks like Pon jumped the light. So it's going to be a restart. And here you go with the restart. If you hit the cone in the chicane in the lead position, or if you jump the light, or if you sit on the light more than maybe 1 or 2 counts, it's going to be a strike. 3 strikes, that run is over. So as a driver, you got to really be careful. Take a deep breath and start when all the lights are turned off on the start light. and it is a go. Now it looks like a clean start. Uh-oh. Oh no. Echo did not initiate. Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that replay. It looks like it was a very, very late initiation. And Pon does average job, I would say, at the outside zone 1, but doesn't feel outside zone 2 as well as Echo does in the lead position. But I don't know how harsh the judge is going to watch this chase where she was pretty much past the 3-2-1 cone, taking a very shallower line in the chase position. I don't know, maybe that restart threw her off. All right, Yamanaka, Imamura, and Fukada all going with Pon. Pon gets the win. Congratulations. He is moving on to the top 16. Really unfortunate for Echo. Her lead run was, I would have to say if it was lead to lead, Echo's lead was probably better, but her chase was probably a little bit too much where it couldn't even that out to even make it a one more time. So unfortunate, but we know that she's a really good skilled driver. Looking forward to seeing her in the next round. Now the fan favorite driver here, car number 555 in the lead position is Yukio Fausto from Sidex Japan with 5X Brazil and Liberty Walk. Giving chase is Wataru Masayama with the Good Ride Motorsports with Evangelion Racing, XFD USA driver. Masayama keeping the pressure on. Fausto trying to get out to the outside line, ride the wall. A lot of angle at the touch and go. Masayama keeping the pressure on. And both drivers finishes the track. So a little bit of a gap going into the outside zone 2 by Masayama, but after that he keeps the pressure on. He tries to stay on the same line. Here you go. Let's check out the run from a different view. I'd have to say Masayama doing okay in the chase position, being on the same line, a little bit less angle. And Fausto doing a fairly good job in the lead. I'm not going to say he was the deepest everywhere, but I think that was a pretty good lead run by Fausto. Now you have to really think about this too. Without a good lead run, there will be no good chase as well. So now we're going to have to see what's going to happen when they switch places. Masayama's going to lead, and Fausto's going to give chase. All right, now they're going to switch places. Wataru Masayama's leading and Yukio Fausto giving chase. Masayama maybe too deep at the outside zone 1 towards the end of the outside zone 1, dipping 2 tires off, but riding the wall right there, and a good job. And Fausto nowhere near to be found. A little bit of a gap being created after the outside zone 2 area. This is going to be a really hard one for the judges. What do you guys think? Masayama, very deep into the outside zone. Oh, that's barely one tire, actually, watching it from a different view. And right here, Fausto staying on the same line, but there's a gap. That's like 2 car length gap. Fausto going a little bit too wide at the touch and go area, dips the tire. What do you guys think? Yeah, that was a wall ride. Masayama, obviously, driven in the Formula Drift USA series for a couple years, and he is used to driving along walls. Because there's not a lot of tracks here in Japan that, you have to ride the wall. So the car setup and the way you drive is totally different. And I think a lot of the Japanese drivers are trying to get used to it quickly. All right, here we go. What is the decision? Oh, Yamanaka, Imamura, and Fukada going left. The winner moving on is Wataru Masayama gets the win. He is moving on, and he will be going against Pond for top 16. Now, Yukio Fausto, a little bit of a mistake in the chase position, and maybe they did look, Masayama's lead was a little bit better as well. So they tipped over a little to Masayama, so congratulations to him. Unfortunately, fan favorite Fausto is knocked out. Better luck for him at the Sugo round next month. Now in the lead position is car number 61, Mao Yamanaka from Good Ride Motorsports, and giving chase is Akihiro Hanawa, TGR Racing with Good Ride in the Z4. And in the lead position is the GR Supra, driven by Yamanaka. And the Z4 kicks it out a little bit too much. Yamanaka creeping through the outside zone 2. And finishes off the track. Now, there was a huge mistake I was able to see as well in the Z4 in the chase right here. He kicks it out a little bit more. Doesn't reach the outside zone 1. He angles up a little bit too much. But right here also in the lead position, Yamanaka a little bit too hard on the left foot braking. But that doesn't choke up the chase driver because he wasn't too close. And the replay by the FPV drone. Here you go, the Mao Yamanaka cheerleaders here with Good Ride. Yeah, the Z4 has a VQ in it, so it's a pretty interesting combo. And if you think about it, if you could build a VQ right, it's already a 3.5 or a 3.7 versus trying to do a 2J. And I think the VQ is it's all aluminum as well, so not sure how big of a difference it is in the weight. All right, now the lead position is Akihiro Hanawa versus Mao Yamanaka giving chase. And I think that's going to be over for Hanawa. I think that was more than 3 tires off at the outside zone 1. Yamanaka keeping the pressure on there all the way till the end. And that is it. So now a nice wide flick, but a little bit too far. It's actually a good lead run if he didn't go too far at the outside zone 1 area. But Yamanaka's keeping the pressure on, so proximity-wise as well in the chase, looks like Yamanaka did a little bit better than Hanawa. So we are waiting for the results for the win for this round. Top 32, this is the 5th battle. All right, to the right, everybody goes with Mao Yamanaka, gets the win. Congratulations. He is moving on to top 16. Unfortunate with the BMW Z4, Akihiro Hanawa is knocked out. And now moving on, this is going to be an interesting battle here. Two very different cars. Both veteran drivers. Car number 111, Tetsuya Hibino driving the Good Ride Motorsports with Evangelion Racing Nissan Z versus giving chase Yoshitaka Kaneda in the Cusco Racing GR Yaris. A wild driver in the lead right here, Hibino. Losing angle there by Kaneda in the chase position. Hibino swinging out the vehicle. In the Evangelion livery, Kaneda trying to scrap up whatever he can the later half of the track and keeps on chasing. Here you go, could not flick the car out as much as a lead. Makes a huge correction going from outside zone 1 to 2 in the chase position by Kaneda, but Hibino misses the later half of outside zone 1, but the rest of the track he does very good. And fills the zones. Here you go. Hibino filling the first little bit of the outside zone. The rest of the track, he does a great job getting closer to the wall here. Actually leaving part of it where you can see, hopefully you guys can see that the radius changed kind of in the middle of the outside zone 2. And the end of outside zone 1, so it's very tricky for these drivers. Now you have the Umbrella Girls cheering on their driver. Well, not an Umbrella Girl because they're not holding umbrellas today. Back at the start line is the Nissan Z. And in the lead position, it's the GR Yaris by Cusco Racing, Yoshitaka Kaneda. And in the chase is vet driver, Tetsuya Hibino. So that was a pylon touch by Kaneda, so it's going to be a restart. Yeah, so this GR Yaris, usually it's a 3-cylinder turbo, I think 1.5 liter and 4-wheel drive, but this one's converted to a rear-wheel drive with a 2J under the hood. And this Z has a VR38 under the hood. Here we go, let's go ahead and see how Kaneda does in the lead position, but Kaneda, whoa, that was really close, but Kaneda wrapped it around, and Hibino, the experienced driver, saved it. That would have been really bad because that's two beautiful cars. That would have been ugly, but Hibino was able to save it. Great job by Hibino. Here you go. If he wasn't giving him any space, that could have been really bad. Woo! That would have been really bad. That would have been really ugly. Hibino finishes off the track. Right now on the track, I see the track guys talking to the driver. Yes, and that might be an easy call for the judges. All three judges going with Tetsuya Hibino gets the win. Congratulations. Unfortunate, I don't know if it's some kind of issue. Maybe his diff broke. They are looking under the car, so I'm not sure if maybe his diff locked up or whatnot. They might have to forklift that car out of here, but congratulations. Looks like the Hibino's cheerleaders are pleased. But Kaneda, yes, it's unfortunate, but, oh, I'm sorry. I see his right rear, oh yeah, his right rear suspension, something broke. I didn't even see that right now because the car is facing the other way, or the driver's side of the car is facing on the other side of where I can see by. I didn't watch the screen right now. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so he has a 4-wheel steering now. It's a drift car. Yeah, not sure if it's a tow arm or so here you go. Make sure you can make sure you hashtag Formula Drift Japan, FDJ, Ebisu Circuit, EBI. So there's a little bit of time right now, so yeah, they really looks like they really want you to hashtag FDJ EBI, so go ahead and check that out. The judges here are trying to communicate with the spectators out there in the stands. So it looks like Kaneda's car is back on the flatbed, and they will be towing that off the track as soon as they are done with that. I think they should be putting the vehicles in the burnout box right now, getting ready for the next battle, because the upcoming battle is going to be Kohashi versus Mingming. This is going to be an interesting one as well. Kohashi being an expert and Mingming also being a young expert from Thailand. And yeah, they are cleaning. Yeah, this competition is paused due to course inspection. So we're going to be back real shortly. So give us a minute, go get a drink, use the bathroom, do whatever you got to do, but come right back because we're going to be starting in a few minutes. All right. Pretty cool looking car. Yeah, they don't sell that GR Yaris in North America, I think. And looking at this is the pits of I'm trying to see, is that oh, okay, so this is a vehicle, I think it's Jin Harino. And if you're not lined up, for the battle, you're gonna actually be disqualified. So I think they are trying to get the car fixed, but they're not lined up. You can also call a competition timeout, which is a 5-minute rule. All the drivers get one competition timeout for the whole weekend, including the qualify here. So now we see both of the cars rolling slowly to the start sign or start gate. The lead position right here. They are pretty much teammates here because the Team Orange Ebisu circuit is looking after Mingming's car as well. So obviously this is Team Orange in both cars. Car number 4, Masanori Kohashi, is going to be in the lead position from Team Orange with Linglong Tire, and the chase position all the way from Thailand. The champion over there, Mingming, car number 56, Mr. DIY, Linglong Tire, Drift Team Orange. Now really close, super close. Mingming threw it in, but went a little too far after, slid out of outside zone 1, but that was super close. And now Kohashi doing a great job in the lead position. Now this driver came in top 3, I believe 3rd or 4th, I think, last year for the 2023 season. Look at that. Man, that's called fearless there, throwing himself into outside zone 1 right behind Kohashi. But I think Mingming knows he has to do that because Kohashi is a very, very talented driver. So he just kind of went for it. It didn't work out, but that was probably one of the coolest entries that I've seen yet here this whole weekend, including practice. So the drone's view right here, you could tell Kohashi is doing a good job in the lead. He is doing what he has to do. And Mingming, after the outside zone 1 entry, he did have to make a huge correction after that to get back into formation, but ended up being okay. So now let's go ahead and see these drivers switch places where Mingming is going to be leading and Kohashi is going to give chase. Now the Team Orange teammates here, you know, they're not going to hold back. I know Kohashi is probably not one of those drivers that's going to hold back either. So this is going to be something you don't want to miss. And both drivers are revving their cars and they are off and started. Clean start done by Mingming. Kohashi going to keep the pressure on. Kohashi, a smaller initiation, being very careful. Mingming going a little off track at the end of outside zone 1. And right after the transition, Kohashi getting right on the line of Mingming, keeping the pressure on, and finishing Both drivers did a great job here. But because of the mistake Ming Ming made, this may be also another easier call for the judges. Ming Ming, a great job at outside zone 1, except the end where he dips the tire. Goes a little bit too off. Very wide on the outside zone 1 in the touch and go. A really, really great lead. But now, Kohashi's lead was pretty good. And they will have to compare the chase as well. So, yeah, that's 2 tires off. Ooh, getting really close to that tire barrier right after the outside zone 1. Keeping the pressure on by Kohashi. She's like, yeah! I'm cheering for both drivers. So, here we go. We are getting the results here by Yamanaka, Imamura, and Fukada, all sliding right to Masanori Kohashi gets the win. Congratulations. The young driver from Thailand gets knocked out by his teammate here, but a great hustle by this driver. Looking forward to seeing him in Sugo. The last battle on the left side of the top 32 bracket here. In the lead position, it's Pop, driving the Nexter Drive to Drift S15 Sylvia. It's packed with the GR86, packed with the 2J. And in chase position is Team VSR. Bridge Link, good ride. Tomoki Tanaka in his JZX. A lot of angle poured out by the chase driver. But Pop trying to stay on the outside line. Does a good job along the wall. Tanaka trying to keep up to keep that pressure going. Here you go, Pop, a lot of angle, but it looks like he kind of stalled it in the lead, and I'm not sure if that's going to affect the chase car. That's something the judges will have to look at, have that in mind as well. But Tanaka also almost doing the same thing. Right. I don't think it might not be as critical. But, yeah, these are the times where I'm kind of glad that I'm not judging right now. I'm just watching. And, let's see the... I'm just trying to listen into what the judges are saying. Yeah, so it looks like the judges didn't really mention the outside zone 1 area, but it's probably not a big deal. I'm just making a big deal out of something nothing out here. But that's what's great about commentating. You can kind of say whatever you kind of want to say, I guess. Not really. All right, now they're switching places. Tanaka is the lead position, and Pop is giving chase. Pop is a driver, also a driver from Thailand, an expert over there. Does a great job in the series in Thailand too. So let's go ahead and see these drivers. Tanaka kicking it out. Pop very close in the chase position. Tanaka does a good job on outside zone 1 and creeps up to the wall on the outside zone 2 in very wide line. Tanaka gives a lot of angle at the touch and go and clears the inside clip and finishes off the track with a lot of aggression. Man, that was probably one of the best lead runs that I've seen Tanaka do all weekend, and also maybe even this top 32. That was really good. He's right on the line right there. Stays in that outside zone area. and goes and fills the outside zone 2 from the beginning all the way through. Now, during this run in Tanaka, it doesn't look like Pop is keeping the pressure on the lead driver in the line, but he is still pressuring him. Wow, so really depends on how the judges are going to be seeing this. But I'd have to say, you know, both drivers did a great job overall. And to be honest, right now, I don't know who is going to be taking the win here. Is it going to be a one more time, or is it Pop, or is it going to be Tanaka? What do you guys think? Oh no, his is it's a JZX 100 Chaser. And right here, thank you to the course workers. They are keeping the lines clean. To keep it visible for us and the drivers, the fans. I think they're gonna do a single ply. Here you go. Who is going to move on? Is it going to be Pop or Tanaka? Yamanaka, Imamura, and Fukada all going with Tanaka. Tomoki Tanaka gets the win. Congratulations. And unfortunately, the expert driver, Pop, all the way from Thailand, is not going to move on. Maybe it was just because of Tanaka's lead. Because I didn't see a big difference in the chase position, because Tanaka's chase wasn't super hot either. And I think it was maybe Pop in the lead position, not filling the outside zone 1 all the way. So all the judges are, they all lean towards Tanaka. So an unfortunate, another driver from outside of Japan here. First time competing in the Formula Drift Japan series, or first year. So better luck for him in the next round. Atsugo. Now we're done with half of the top 32. Let's go ahead and check out the pits here. There's the Hibino's pits. Hibino taking the win. Masayama taking the win. We see Mikey Nakamura from Mikey Racing making his way to the start line. Here you go, the #1 qualifier, and also already moved on to top 16, Kenshiro Gushi's Lexus. And right here, hasn't driven yet, but this is Benjamin's JZA 80 Supra, all under the Kazama Auto tent and pit. Here we go, aggressive body kit, Benjamin's car. And next to Kenshiro Gushi's Lexus IS is Lexus RC, driven by Takashima. And watching the stands here, this is the outside of the outside zone 3 area. I think the track is getting cleaned off. Trying to keep the debris off of the track. And the white line has been painted for the outside zone 1. Now, depending on, you know, what time you're going and how much is left on the track, it might be hard to see, but they can't paint it all the time, but they will try to do the outside zone 1 as much as possible. And in the burnout box, we see Kazumi Takahashi in the E92 BMW and Jin Harino in this GR86. And earlier we saw Harino working on something. He had some kind of issue with his vehicle, and they were talking about maybe even having to call a competition timeout, but looks like he is driving to the start line with no problems. All right, they are about to take off. It's going to get started. Things are going to get started. Car number 36 in the lead position. Kazumi Takahashi currently leading the championship. KMS Racing Team Goodride giving chase to Jin Harino from Tops Racing. Toyo with TSA Group Mu. Both drivers initiating in. Looks like Harino going a little too deep in the chase position. Takahashi doing what the lead driver is supposed to in the lead position. And finishes the track. Oh, Takahashi's hood. Now I forgot what happened in the US with Chelsea with the hood, so I'm not even going to mention it. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but yeah, looking at it from the top, Harino making a big mistake. All right, now they're going to have to make a call because, yeah, obviously the hood was opened. And the, yeah, I don't think Chelsea's here. But, yeah, they're going to have to make the call because, like I said, going to have to see. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so they're gonna have to. I think they're gonna have to make a competition timeout. But yeah, right there. Oh yeah. Crazy how things like this happen, right? And you think it won't? That's why it's really tough because even watching, you know, FD Japan and being in the US with Formula Drift USA series, even how much they try to make the, no matter how much they try to make the rule book, something else happens, and it's like that all the time, and it's always something new. And it's been like 20 years in the US. right, so as of now, I think after the whole Chelsea and Stuckey incident went on, I think now it's, you know, they have to, I mean, it's a distraction. They have to count it as a distraction. All right, you know what? That itself is a distraction. Let's go ahead and move on to the next battle. This is going to be really good. Ex-champion, driving Cusco Racing, GR86 is Hokuto Matsuyama in the chase position. Is ex-FDUSA champion from Fat Five Racing, Daigo Saito, driving the outside zone with a mean NASCAR V8. Matsuyama going a little too out wide on the outside zone 1. Daigo keeping the pressure. Look at that. Daigo Saito staying on the same line, and right there, Matsuyama coming to a halt at the outside zone 2 area. That looked like it was causing Daigo Saito to make a correction at the outside zone 2. 1 tire, maybe 2 at the outside zone 1, but Matsuyama being very wide, and right here, a correction by Matsuyama causing the chase position, or Daigo Saito in the chase position to make a correction as well. Good job by both drivers. Good job by Saito keeping the pressure on after the outside zone 1. Matsuyama going for that wide outside zone 1. The judges are checking out to see if there was contact or if there was anything going on at the outside zone 2 area. So they're watching the replay here. They have their own replay machine. All right, so what do you guys think? Yeah, so I think the main reason why Daigo wants the NASCAR motor is because it sounds cool. That's why he has one that he's supposed to have in the GR Supra. That's supposed to be a TRD Toyota NASCAR motor. That one broke on the first round, and that's why he's driving the Altezza now. Hopefully in the next Sugo round we could see his other GR Supra with the Toyota. There you go, you can hear that. And in the chase position, we got the 2J GR86. Hokuto Matsuyama giving chase. Daigo staying within the track at the outside zone 1 area, and now attacking the outside zone 2 wall ride. Hokuto Matsuyama keeping the pressure, trying to stay on Saito's door. The Saito. No gap created by these drivers, but Matsuyama trying to keep that pressure on in the chase position. Pretty sure you guys heard the car, it's just loud. But I think at the racetrack, loud is cool. But here you go. Matsuyama doing a good job keeping the pressure on, chasing the line. But I think in the lead position, it might be Daigo Saito taking that. Now, depending on how the lead was, how was the chase? Look at that, very deep into the wall there. And those of you who know, Daigo has his own Fat 5 Racing, and he has his own wall to practice at. Just imagine you have your own wall in your own, you own your own pad with the wall ride area. But Matsuyama, also being a FD Japan, FD Japan ex-champion. All right, so a replay watched by the judges. All right, so I think they're looking over the side-by-side here, how well the lead runs are. But right here, are they going to take Matsuyama's lead correction in the lead position as a mistake, causing the chase to correct? Or is it just Daigo Saito's mistake in the chase position? Who do you guys think took that? No, Naoki Nakamura is going to go against Benjamin Chiam at the last battle of the top 32. All right, see, I see a lot of one more times. See a lot of Daigos actually. One more time. Let's see what the judges, they are still contemplating, actually discussing it. Yeah, good eye. Daigo Saito's car is the old HKS Altezza. It's that chassis that had the 3S Beams motor in it that drove in D1 a long time ago. That's the same exact chassis. He just took the motor out and put a NASCAR V8 in it. All right, so it looks like the judges are making the call, and Yamanaka going with Daigo Saito, Imamura one more time, and Fukada one more time. So this battle is going to be a one more time battle. Trying to hear the explanation, saying that in the chase position. So I think Yamanaka thought Daigo's lead was better, but the other judges are watching the Matsuyama doing a good job in the chase position, so it became a one more time. All right, now let's go ahead and move on to the next battle, but there's only one car out here because Ikuo Saito has clutch issues and he is throwing in the towel. So car number 212, it's Ryutaro Oe from Team Good Ride right here. Look at that. Wow, what a great outside zone one right there by this young driver. Is moving on in this only rotary FD3S. Good job by Oe. That was a very clean by run by Oe, and he's moving on to the top 16. Now I'm telling you, Oe is one of those drivers that you got to watch out for because he is, you know, a young, hungry driver, and his father is Fujinaka, Manabu Fujinaka, who is an ex-FD Japan driver, and that car was driven by his father, now driven by Oe. Good job. Unfortunate for Saito not being able to make it out here with this R35 big body GTR with clutch issues. Hopefully you can get that squared out for the next round at Sugo. All right, now we're going back to the the battle where there was a competition timeout called by Kazumi Takahashi's team. Looks like their hood was opening halfway on one side. But Jin Harino in the lead position from Tops Racing Toyo with TSA Group Mu. He has actually made a huge error when he was in the chase position. Let's see what he's going to do in the lead. Now, giving chase to TMS Racing, Team Good Ride, Kazumi Takahashi. And Harino kind of shallow. Gets right into outside zone 1 right at the beginning and leaves right away. Same as the outside zone 2. Kind of shallows up, gets into outside zone 2 later. And the rest is history. So Takahashi kind of kicking back a little bit, giving a good amount of space in the chase position. Now, was Takahashi kicking back a little too much? Or was Hirino's not run good enough to make it a one more time or a win? Or is it going to be Takahashi? More dominant run on his first lead position. But also they have the hood pin issue. Was that a distraction for Hirino? I have no idea. Yeah, so some of you are saying it's unchaseable, maybe. Yeah. He was kind of taking it easy a little bit too much, but is that good enough? But I have to say though, the line of the lead car yeah, so while we're waiting right now, yeah, somebody just mentioned, yeah, can't wait for FD New Jersey. Yes, you're going to have to tune into FD New Jersey next weekend. I am one of the 4 judges that are rotating, and FD New Jersey is around that I will be sitting out. I will be cheering everybody on from the live stream, actually from home. So I will be up at a weird time because the time difference that we have. And they're checking out the replays. I think they're looking to see how far away, the line, the lead, all that stuff. Everything is going through your head, especially like when I'm judging. Same thing, like a million things going through your head, and just trying to compare everything to obviously try to come up with the most fair call, in our opinion, And a lot of you, some people always say, bias and this and that. But to be honest, I think none of the judges in the U.S., I mean, to be honest, we don't really think about or want any other drivers to win or lose because it really doesn't matter to the judges. We just want to see good driving. And, obviously the good driver is going to take the win. It's going to be obvious. And you know what? It's going to be back and forth. Like right now, you guys were watching Daigo and the One More Time, and it was probably like a 50-50 where some of you thought it was on One More Time and some of you thought it was Daigo. So, it's opinions, stuff. But, thanks for letting us do that. And, some of you may not agree with it, but thanks for letting us do that because, we do have a lot of experience. I've probably watched thousands and thousands of battles in the U.S. and in Japan, and so did the other judges as well. They all have experience with cars. So, yeah, we're going to do the best as we can and be fair as possible. Now, who's going to go to? Jin Hirino. Yamanaka, Imamura, and Fukada is giving it to Jin Hirino. He is getting the win. Now, I would like to hear the explanation for this one. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and listen in to how this is going. All right, to explain that, so the rules are a little different from FD Japan in the U.S. And what is happening is they pretty much gave both of the drivers. They're putting both of the drivers an incomplete in the lead and the chase position on the first run. So the first run is a wash because of the hood and Harino making a huge mistake, doing almost a half spin. So that's a wash. And now watching the lead and chase from Harino leading and Takahashi giving chase, it looks like because they said, both of the run was not good, but watching Takahashi kick back Harino, at least trying to make a run, they slightly went with Harino. So Harino is getting the win and moving on. The current points leader of the series got knocked out here at top 32. Now let's move on to the next drivers. Car number 131 in the lead, Numa from Samurai Style with Team R Jr. Giving chases Nakamura Mikey. Team Kazama with Mikey Racing. GR86 and the nice chase by Mikey and a great lead by Numa. Good job, Numa, riding the wall right here. Mikey keeping that pressure on throughout the track, and both of the drivers clearing the inside clip and the final transition to the last outside zone, and a clean finish by both drivers. Great job by both of the drivers. Great job by both of the drivers. Mikey not making it into the outside zone 1 in the chase position, but keeping the pressure on. Tries to match the line at the outside zone 2. Yuma keeping it nice and wide throughout the track in the lead position. So good job by both drivers. Check out this drone footage. Yes, in the chase position, Mikey Nakamura being a little bit shallow on the line, but trying to keep up and keep the pressure. Now, Ryuma is getting cheered on by the Team Orange, Mr. DIY, Umbrella Girl. And now they are switching places where Mikey Nakamura is going to be leading in his brand new build Team Kazama with Mikey Racing GR86. And in chase position, it's Ryuma from Samurai Style Team Orange Jr. Ryuma's vehicle. He is piloting the 2023 FD Japan Season Championship winning car driven by Kanta. Ryuma driving it this year. Uh-oh. Looks like Mikey's initiation was either late, maybe it wasn't, and Yuma looks like got thrown off. There's a gap created by the drivers. I'm gonna have to check the replay here real quick. Kind of threw me off. Yeah, so that was something happened on the straightaway, maybe. Gonna have to watch the replay again. But what do you guys think? Yeah, the sand didn't fly. Oh, I got scared for a minute. The sand didn't fly towards us. Yeah, so it wasn't a clean initiation by Mikey. Yes, Ryuma was driving the Aristo in Formula Drift Japan FDJ 2. We have Tony Arakaki in the house from Okinawa. What's going on over there? It's probably really hot and humid. And here you go. All 3 judges are going to Ryuma, car number 131. Ryuma gets the win. Congratulations. And Mikey Nakamura, his chase looked pretty strong, but his lead, I don't know what happened on the straight. Maybe he misshifted or something happened, but yeah, Ryuma's moving on this time, and unfortunate, Nakamura is getting knocked out here at top 32. Wow, now Kanta in the Team Orange with Linglong Tire leading Shinichi Uemura in the chase position. The Team 41 style racing Uemura Sangyo. A little bit of a gap created from the get-go. Kanta going wild, nice and wide, and Uemura kind of stopped drifting around outside zone 2. All right, now let's go ahead and check out the replay right here. And yeah, there's a huge gap by these drivers. And not much for me to say. It's very self-explanatory here. I'd say the line Uemura taking in the chase, not too bad, but he kind of stops at the outside zone 2 area. Here you go, Kanta's fans out here supporting the driver. Yeah, so up close right here. There you go in the chase position now is car number 57, last year's FD Japan champion, Team Orange with Linglong Tire. It's Kanta, and leading is car number 41, Shinichi Uemura, Team 41 style racing, Uemura Sangyo. Now, how is Kanta going to handle this? Uemura going a little wide at the end of outside zone 1. Kanta keeping the pressure. And it looks like a textbook chase by Kanta. Uemura doing a good job in the lead position and finishing off the track, and that will be it. But watching both of the drivers from the first run, looks like one of the drivers was a little bit more dominant from the first run. All right, so at the Team Orange pits, to the left was Kohashi. They were watching closely to see what's going on the track through the live stream. And up close they have a towel too, Kanta's towel. And this may be an easier call for the judges. Car number 57, all 3 judges are going to car number 57. Kanta gets the win. Congratulations, moving on to the top 16. Last year's young driver, this young champion, is moving on. Unfortunately, Shinichi Uemura is getting knocked out here at the top 32. And now 2 drivers, both drivers from outside of Japan, in the lead position. We have Yezi Cheng from Team 441 BW Academy driving the A31 Zafiro, and giving chase is Charles Ng, car number 84, Mogan Team Track Day, in the chase position. A wild driver I've seen. Is a wild driver, and Charles, an ex-FD USA driver, and has been driving in multiple. That's a restart. No, Charles, save your tires. It's a restart. So that was a pylon hit by yeah. And it looks like Charles Ng just kept going. Now we have to wait. Charles is going to have to go back and have this restart. I have a comment. It says Chang equals Denofa. Yeah, I mean, he kind of is like a wild driver like Chelsea. Yeah, I think Charles just said, you know what, I want to lay down another lap. Practice lap. But both of the drivers are back to the start line now. Who is going to take this win? We're still on the first run. The first run that we just had right now. There was a pylon hit. Pylon touch by yeah. And now a clean start. This is going to be wild. And a flick by yeah. And Charles keeping the pressure. Not as deep into the outside zone 1, but a lot of angle, a lot of aggression in the lead position right here by yeah. Going into the wall. Yeah, doesn't care. His rear is getting crushed in the wall, but he kept going, and it didn't look like it really affected the car. And I remember he was talking about this yesterday. He said, I can't help it. Every lap he goes into the wall. Here you go, the outside line here. Does a pretty good job at the outside zone 1. Charles gets closer and closer and closer. Since Charles was taking a slightly shallower line at the outside zone 2, that kind of messed him up for the later half after the touch and go. Let's go ahead and check this out from the top. Good line by both drivers, and right here, Charles does not make it to the inside clip or the touch and go or the last outside zone. So now they're going to switch places. And Charles Ng will have to lead and put down a pretty solid lead run. And let's see how, yeah, the wild driver is going to do in the chase position. Yeah, it looks like all his rear end is made of fiberglass. But we actually don't want, or maybe different rules than the way they see it here, but yeah, the judges in the US isn't a fan of when the car is actually going, you know, all the way into the wall, crushing the back end. Or I'm not either, because it's pretty much, you know, you're using the rear end as a sensor in a crush zone when you're going into the wall, but it does look cool. So I'm pretty sure, you know, all of you guys as spectators probably see it as that's pretty awesome, and it does look really cool. And yeah, this Zafiro, very interesting, because the Nissan Zafiro has a very different front end on it. This one has the Rocket Bunny, the Boss kit. It looks like it was maybe converted from the S14, I'm not sure. And in the lead position, the ZN6 FRS, I would say, if it was in the States. The 8.6, Toyota 8.6. Very clean car, driven by Charles Ng. And in the chase position, this wild driver, Yezi Cheng. Ready to go and start. Traces the outside zone 1 very clean. And traces the outside zone 2. Oh no! That was, yeah, coming in hot. Actually pushing Charles Ng into the wall. Got a little too aggressive maybe, but we're gonna have to watch the replay. It looks like Charles Ng got sandwiched in between the wall. Oof, now we're gonna have to check out the replay right here. Everything went well. Looks like Charles was doing a good job in the lead position. Right here, right on the outside line, leaving the outside zone 1 and getting into the outside zone 2. And boom, right there. Charles was losing a little bit of angle, but the chase car somehow, and this is just my opinion, but somehow should be trying to adjust himself and adapt himself using the lead car as a moving clip. I think it was a perfect combo of since the radius changes right there, the car does change movement, and right when the car was changing movement, because there was a gap going into the outside zone 2 by the chase car, he was playing catch up and kind of came in a little too hot. But yeah, that's how the judge is going to see it. Is Charles Ng. Charles Ng gets the win, moves on to the top 16. And yeah, Zi Ching, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure you guys have different opinions, but is getting knocked out here. And I think the judges are saying Charles was trying to kick out a little bit more angle right there at the area, but yeah, came in a little bit too hot and kind of pushed him out of the way. You could see it both ways, but that's what the call is. So. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to the one more time battle by the ex-FD Japan champion in the lead, car number 774 from Cusco Racing, Hokuto Matsuyama, and giving chase is car number 87, ex-Formula Drift USA champion, driving the Fat 5 Racing Altezza, Daigo Saito. All right, now you hear that NASCAR V8 revving. And also, Hokuto Matsuyama blasting out of the chicane. Now Matsuyama and Daigo. Oh! Matsuyama getting really deep into the outside zone 1. And right behind him comes Daigo Saito. Very close. And right at the transition, his line was slightly to the inside, and a huge crash by Saito on the front left of his vehicle into the tire barrier. That was, man, that's unfortunate because it was super exciting by both drivers at outside zone 1. Let's go ahead and check out this replay. Daigo keeping the pressure. Both drivers in the outside zone 1, and right there at the transition, as soon as Saito tried to take a slightly shallow line, leaving the outside zone 1 to the outside zone 2, the tire barrier is not giving, and it is right there. Clips his front left. And Daigo Saito looks like Saito is walking, and he looks like he's okay, but yeah, he barely clipped the front left of his vehicle in the tire barrier, and it looks like the front left wheel, I don't know how much of a damage it has. Looks like the wheel, it might be, is it bent or what? Saito does not look pleased. Seeing if he's going to call a competition timeout or not, but Daigo waving, holding his head and saying, damn it. That's a lot of, I'm not sure how much of a damage it is, but Wonder if he's going to call a competition timeout, or is he just going to say, you know what, screw it? Because this is still the first run, because it's Hokuto Matsuyama's lead. They will be forklifting. Alteza onto the flatbed. Now back in the pits here, the VR packed Z34. And I think Saito is going to be calling a competition timeout. They may be able to fix it within the 5 minutes. And even though he has it incomplete in the chase position, he still wants to do whatever he can, because you never know what's going to happen when you switch places. I think Daigo, yeah, he's not happy. The gesture says it all. But I think he's going to try to fix the car, but yeah, I think he caught some air too when he hit the tire barrier. He's on the phone probably with the guys back at the pits. And now the car is on the flatbed. Saito. Getting back into the car. And now they will be moving this car back to the pit, so he will be calling his competition timeout. Hopefully they can sort out whatever the issues the car has now with the front end damage. Try to come back out, at least show us another lap leading Hokuto Matsuyama. So Matsuyama is going to have to wait for Saito to fix his car as well. So now this one more time battle is going to be on hold. Yeah, and I agree with some of you. Daigo was looking pretty good from practice, and you know how they are with the aggressive chase. Was looking forward to that too, but he is also going against the ex-champ Hokuto Matsuyama too, so hard driver to beat. We'll see how that's going to go. Still can't give up. You never know what's going to happen when they switch places as well. I've seen so many scenarios happen in FD Japan and FD US where you would think something would, the impossible happens. The impossible is possible. Not sure, it might be a broken knuckle, lower arm. Daigo's waving. He's all right. You know, a good spirit right here, so it's good. Damage, but hopefully they'll sort it out. Yeah, the FD Japan, ex-FD Japan champion and FD US champion battle, unfortunately, it didn't end yet. So, all right, Jin knows what's up. I'm not the best, but thank you. All right, so Matsuyama's car should be going back as well. I think Forrest Wang would do well in FD Japan. I think a lot of the drivers in the US would do well in Japan. And I think if the FD Japan drivers can get more used to the wall rides and the banks, they would do fairly well. I mean, a drifter is a drifter, so as long as your car and your team is all set up right, everybody has a chance for the championship. So. Yeah, so. All right, thank you for the comments, the warm comments, but yeah, so I think it's just more of getting used to, because I've seen drivers like Naoki Nakamura. He's an expert, but he didn't do super good in Drift Masters as well. But I think it goes from, you know, everybody sending their cars outside and the maintenance of it and getting used to the new tracks and, you know, the slight difference in, you know, how it's being seen. Because D1 has a totally different way of judging, and FD Japan shares a lot of it with the US, but there's some small areas where it's a little different as well. And the, you know, with the no qualifying and whatnot, FDUS is a little bit different from there too. And I think some of, you know, the Drift Masters is very similar to the US FD2, but they have their own things too. So they're all slightly different, and getting used to that is going to be really hard for the driver, and especially for drivers that are outside of their country. I traveled, you know, 14 years or so going to the States. I lived in Japan, but I would fly back to the States. You know, the car not being ready, or jet lag, and there's so many things that come in factor in doing well. So, yeah, I think James Dean would do fantastic as well. Thank you for the warm comments too. But yeah, who would you want to see drive in the US from FD Japan? And who would you want to see drive in the US, I'm sorry, in Japan from the FD USA series? Let me know. Maybe they're watching and they'll be like, okay, maybe I'll try it out. But it would be awesome to try to do a few, maybe FD USA driver team in FD Japan. Maybe even not the full season, but maybe some of the rounds. That might be pretty cool. The crossover, team crossover. And yeah, it looks like it might be a broken, I don't know, maybe a lower arm or knuckle. So that might be not an easy, but it would, I mean, a slightly easy fix, I think, on Daigo's end. Because he was talking, he wasn't running, he's not running a kit. He has actually original lower arms and knuckles. Might be an adjustable. There you go. You see that. I think the shock and the strut might be okay, so it might be just a replacement of arms. So let's wish them luck. Yeah, Kanta in the US would be Matsuyama, another great driver that drove in the States. Matsuyama would do good too. Oh, and next, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Yusuke Kusaba in the lead position from Team Cusco Racing in the lead. And Jerry in the chase position from TMS Racing Team Good Ride. Now trying to keep the pressure, taking a shallower line. Kusaba doing what he's supposed to in the lead position. Yeah, I got caught off guard. I mean, I was reading the comments. I got caught off guard. They usually tell me when the car's leaving or not, but here you go. Kusaba doing a pretty good job in the lead, filling half the outside zone one, kind of leaving it earlier, but right here, the wall ride gets pretty close to the wall. And Jerry trying to keep the pressure, trying to keep that proximity tight, but he looks like he's a little shallow on the line at the outside zone 1 and 2 area and a little less angle, but there you go, that's his chase. So now it's all up to how he is going to be leading. As you see right here, he gets into the outside zone 1. I guess he kind of mimics the line that Kusaba does in the lead. A little bit of a shallow line at the outside zone 2, but keeps the proximity tight. So a good job by both of the drivers. Now it's all up to how it's going to be, where Jerry is going to be leading and Kusaba. Actually, Kusaba's kind of all over the place. He was 1 tire off at the inside clip and also maybe 1 or 2 tires off at the last outside zone. The things you miss when you're talking. let me close my mouth and concentrate on watching. But actually, no. Let's go ahead and see this. Daigo Saito, his pits. Now I think they are making adjustments. Oh, maybe it was just a tie rod. Yeah, maybe it was just a tie rod. I hear them talking, but let's go ahead and concentrate on this. Now they're switching places. Kusaba driving the Team Cusco Racing GR86 in the chase position now, and Jerry Ju in the TMS Racing Team Good Ride E92 in the lead. Now how is Jerry going to lead Kusaba, and how well Kusaba is going to give chase? And now Jerry, similar line to how Kusaba left outside zone 1 early and getting into the outside zone 2. Man, this is going to be close. It looks kind of similar by both of the drivers, but Jerry not dipping tires. So now it really is up to the judges, see how they will see this. Looks like a little bit more pressure and matching the line in the chase position by Kusaba. But also in the lead position where Kusaba was dipping tires here and there. And right here as well in the chase position, cutting in on the inside clip. Now this is going to be a tough decision for the judges. Who do you guys think took that? Is it Jerry or is it Kusaba? Oh man, and I see in the comments as we're, I'm watching this replay, I just saw something. It's like, yeah man, if we could do a Drift World Cup, and it's really hard because of the rules and regulations by all these, different series with tires and cars, and yeah, if they had like a world united drift car rule, that would be pretty awesome. Yeah, Jerry was looking good this battle. See Kusaba, I see one more time, or maybe even Jerry. Maybe another one more time. I see a lot of one more times. See Kusaba. One more time. There you go. Yeah, FDJ driver, he said Andrew Gray, yeah. Multiple championships here in FD Japan, currently not competing. That is right. James Dean is driving at Drift Masters right now, and Daigo Saito is driving FD Japan. Here you go, side by side. Now when you see this, you know the judges are contemplating and probably cannot make up their mind right now. They're making, they're gonna have to check for their final decisions. Yeah, so both of the drivers making mistakes. The outside zone 1 looks very, very similar. But where I'm going to point out is Jerry being a little shallow on the line at the outside zone 2, and Kusaba kind of cutting the track inside clip in the last outside zone. It's going to be tough. Oh man, I don't want to be in the passenger of a car. If I'm in the car, I want to be driving. Andrew Gray and Yamasa, yes, has the most championships in Japan. It's true. I think Andrew Gray has 4. Koichi Yamasa has 3. I think 3, yeah. All right, so here you go. What is it going to be? Yamanaka going one more time. Imamura going with Kusaba. Fukada with the one more time. Now this battle is going one more time. A lot of you were right. Imamura went with Kusaba. But yeah, we're gonna watch this go one more time. So great job by both drivers, Jerry and Kusaba. And Zygo's car moving away from the pits. So now you know his car's ready for the second half of that battle. All right, now let's go ahead and go to the supposed to be the final battle of the top 32. Car number 999, Naoki Nakamura from Team Valino and N-Style. And in the chase position is car number 83, Benjamin from Team Kazama with Motis. Both drivers are nuts. Both drivers are crazy. I don't know what's going to happen here. Let's go ahead and check this out. And you hear that 2J popping underneath the hood of that GR86 driven by Naoki Nakamura. And Nakamura, oh, taking it a little easy on the outside zone 1. Not filling the zone, and now Benjamin. Smaller line and not much proximity. So Nakamura does a good job on outside zone 2. Doesn't feel the outside zone 1 though. Gets deep into the touch and go and tight on the inside clip and finishes off the track. Now Benjamin could not keep the pressure on. Kind of wobbly in the back at the outside zone 1 area and a smaller line at the outside zone 2. Overall, looks like Benjamin is taking a shallower line all the way up until the switchback at the inside clip. Now, I wouldn't say that was the best of Nakamura's lead. And that was probably not the best of Benjamin's chase. So we're going to have to see this because you know Nakamura is a crazy chaser and see how Benjamin will lead that. And here you go, Benjamin to the right in the lead position from Team Kazama with Mochis, and then the Team Valino and N-Style GR86 in the chase position is Naoki Nakamura. Both cars start, clean start. And Nakamura gets super close to Benjamin's lead. And Benjamin taking the outside line, trying to take the outside line. There's a bump, few bumps here by Naoki Nakamura in the chase. And Benjamin tight on the inside clip and finishes off on the outside zone. Good job by Benjamin staying in it, even with the bumps. Benjamin going a little wide on the beginning of the outside zone 1, but does a good job keeping it within the track afterwards. Not as wide, but boom, there's a bump from Nakamura in the chase position. Benjamin, very close proximity by Nakamura. But Benjamin also in the lead position does a good job. Yeah, some love taps there made by Nakamura. Kind of disrupting the movement of Benjamin's car, but he stayed in it. Great job by both drivers. I don't know. I think you guys have to check out this track where Benjamin was getting hit. That's kind of an area where the radius changes. So a lot of the drivers have to make an adjustment. So I don't think that was done purposely. But at the same time, if you could do it without any adjustments, it would be really cool. And the judges has not made their decision yet. So what do you guys think? We got one more times. Yeah, I don't have a question where are there a lot of walls on the track or wall tracks in Japan? The answer is an absolute no. And I think that's why a lot of the drivers are kind of nervous around the walls. They don't really have the time or a place to get close to it because it's a risk and a huge risk to damage their cars. So a lot of the drivers practice around no walls, I think. A lot of tracks don't have it. We have Naoki. We have one more time. All right, so here we go. Yamanaka with Benjamin. Imamura with the one more time. And Fukada with the one more time. Both of the drivers are going to go one more time. Now Yamanaka went with Benjamin. Both the other drivers went with one more time. So that's the third one more time we're going to have here for the top 32. All right, so they're going to go back to the pits to change their tires. Get ready. But while they're doing that, let's go ahead and go back to the other battle where the first half was already finished. Unfortunately, Daigo Saito going into the tire barrier with the front left of the vehicle. Now he's going to probably go nuts in the lead, and giving chase is going to be ex-FD Japan champion Hokuto Matsuyama. Daigo going in hot. Oh no! No! And that is it for Daigo Saito's weekend. Matsuyama is going to be moving on. It's not official, but as everything looks and turned out to be, Daigo not being able to finish the track, that is most likely going to be an incomplete in the lead and the chase position. And I don't know if that was alignment. You know, they had only 5 minutes to correct or fix the car, and maybe the car's not back to being complete. But that is it. It looks like his front washed out. But a great hustle by Daigo Saito and the Fat 5 Racing team, trying to put on a show for you guys. Great hustle by the team, but it is very unfortunate that his weekend is going to be ending very soon, sooner than expected. Oh yeah, it's broken. His front left is towed out. So yeah, something must have broke. Ooh, yeah, his front left is towed out like crazy. So yeah, something has broken. There you go, you can see his front left tire, but yeah. And all the judges is Yamanaka, Imamura, and Fukada all going with Matsuyama. Hokuto Matsuyama gets the win, and he's moving on. It will be going against Harino for the top 16. All right, now we have two more battles. We have two more battles. Both one more time battles for the top 32 left, which is both of them are the last two battles of the top 32 that we were supposed to have. Looks like Daigo's car is stopped. Cannot drive by on its own. Maybe he has to be forklifted or towed. But I think he probably have to be forklifted. His front left is pretty much towed out completely. Something is broken. Not sure if it's the knuckle or the tie rod. All right. So, what do you guys think? How come we don't see a lot of these Altezas and IS300 chassis in the competition? I think they're great cars because it's you know, it's compact, just like an S chassis size. Has double wishbone suspension all the way around, or in the front. A lot of parts, a lot of angle kits, a lot of parts for these too. So. I mean, it's obvious that the JZXs are hard to come across in the US because it was never sold, and maybe in Europe. But maybe the replacement for that is the E36. I've seen, you know, many of the E36s have been doing really, really well. So yeah, there's no Mustangs here in Japan. And Mad Mike is actually taking a year off from FD Japan this year, so he's competing in the D1 Grand Prix this year. Oh, Altezas suck? Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I think the Altezas are like a short version of a JZX. The front end is, the suspension, arms, everything shares, the front end of the chassis shares everything with the JZX's 9800 and the 110. So yeah, and then the rear suspension is similar, more similar to JZX 110. And I think the style IS, the Lexus IS 350s and 250s, the rear end is similar to how the IS 300 and Altezza is. And I think the Aristo might be a little bit closer to the rear end of the ISs, I think. The IS 300s, that is, Altezzas. Yeah, Ford Falcons. What's your favorite drift car? What do you like to see drifting? To be honest, I really like, and you guys might be like, ugh, but I really like I really like the Z32 300ZXs. I really do. I think those are cool. I call them the Nissan's LFA. Oh yeah, and you know what? Thank you, the Brassy. Thank you so much. Yes, happy Father's Day to all of you guys out there, all of you fathers. For those of you who have kids. My family did something for me on Thursday because I had to come out here Friday morning. Since I'm missing Father's Day, we went out to eat dinner. It was really nice. Got a lot of gifts. So here you go. Daigo's car coming back. Does not look happy. Barely limping his way back. Everybody cheering him. But nope. Doesn't want to drive straight. And I just heard news. Benjamin is calling a competition timeout. Why is Benjamin calling a competition timeout? Isn't Kasaba and Jerry supposed to go? Okay, so sorry about that. Had to see what's going on out there, but I guess Nakamura and Benjamin was after Kusaba and Jerry's battle, but I guess Kusaba and Jerry is not ready yet, and Nakamura is ready, so I think Benjamin is having to call his competition timeout. All right, let me go ahead and try to read. Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of you guys like the big body Aristos, the Verosas, Fair Lady Z. Yeah, I think Altezas are cool. IS is pretty cool. I mean, all these cars are cool. Except Mustangs, S15. You know what? As a Japanese guy that lives in Japan, S15s and JZXs are kind of everywhere. So it's not really like a, you know, oh man, that's cool. I mean, I like Skylines too. C35s are cool. I agree. Yes, FCs look beautiful. I just don't know anything about rotary, so. MK5 Supra, 4-door R32s. Yes, R31 Skyline, there you go. For those of you old school car lovers, I'm a big fan of the older cars. An older guy, like older cars. And yeah, we're just waiting on somebody to line up to the start line. M30, M30, E30, M30, S15, Cressida, 73. Yep, those are GX71s over here. I like those. Mustangs are cool. I'm not hating at all. Top 32, we're not ending top 32 yet. We still have 2 more battles. They're both one more time battles. We're just waiting on the drivers to get ready. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to keep that R30 that I have. I might have to downsize to maybe build a race car. R34 GTR, all right. MR2. All the cars you guys are naming are cool. Hachiroku, that's right. But yeah, like I said, I would be interested in building a Z32 300ZX with a 2J in it. Or I would love to build a Mustang with a 2J in it. A right-hand drive Mustang with a 2JZ in it. Just imagine how much hate I would get from that. 240Z, Acura TSX, GR86. There you go. SE Crown. We'll see. Maybe we'll build a race car. Or maybe I'll build a left-hand drive car so we can get, like I said, you know, some of the US drivers over here to drive them. Yeah, I do like cars. I really love cars. I love K cars. I love trucks. I love anything that has 4 wheels. I love motorcycles. Anything with tires with an engine in it. Even a motor in it. Gotta appreciate everything. Not a hater at all. Miatas. Oh wow, there's a 2J Mustang. Oh, I'm gonna have to look for that real quick. That's pretty dope. And the reason why a lot of us probably want to rely on the 2J is because, you know, it's kind of figured out already. And yes, it is reliable, and I think it's a little bit more less it's probably a little bit more cost efficient when building too. I think compared to some of the other engines, and you know, you might, depending on what side of the world you're at, and what kind of resources you have, you might have a different opinion on that too. But yeah, so yeah, old Corolla would be pretty dope. I mean, I wouldn't mind driving an A86 because I'd enter a competition just to do it and not to, you know, not to try to want to win, I guess. I do it just for fun. All right, now you see the cars warming up their tires in the burnout box. Yeah, and cars are going back, but you know, talking about 2Js, it looks like it's really been popular because when I used to compete, you know, I had a BC stroker kit, the 3.4, but it seems like a lot of the drivers are starting to move to 3 liters and 3.1s on nitrous, you know, anti-lag and all that stuff. So really interested in building a car like that. All right, now let's go back to the battle. This is the one more time battle by Yusuke Kusaba in the lead from Team Cusco Racing. And in the chase position is Jerry Zhu from TMS Racing, Team Good Ride. They had a close one more time battle, very similar leads in chase. And now Jerry going a little bit too much too wide, but getting back right into formation and trying to get closer and keep the pressure onto Kusaba in the lead position. Jerry, a great job in the chase. Oh, a little bit of a correction there. A mistake made in the chase position, but up until the inside clip, it looks like Jerry does a good job in the chase and keeps the pressure. And on top of that, Kusaba stays in the outside zone 1. Looks like he's right on the line and doesn't go too wide and keeps it really tight on the wall. I would have to say his lead run is way better than his first battle against Jerry. So this is actually going to be a very close one, I think, again. The transition mistake is going to hurt Jerry, but overall does a good job. Right there, oh, that is, the drone kind of gave it away, but could not do a transition. Yeah, you're right, that might hurt him for the call the judges are gonna make for this battle, but now you know, or you never know until they switch places, and Jerry's gonna lead, and Kusaba's gonna have to give chase. Yeah, some mistakes made towards the end of the track, but in the beginning. All right, so with the offset lineup here by Kusaba in the chase and Jerry in the lead. I see 50-50. But yeah, that was a hard straight, but let's go ahead and check out. Now Jerry's gonna lead and Kusaba giving chase. Jerry, a lot of angle going to the outside zone 1, very deep in the outside zone 1. Great job there. Looks like Kusaba losing ground a little bit, but Jerry not as tight on the wall as Kusaba in the lead position, but great job overall. Kusaba cutting the inside line and finishing off the track. Man, that was a really clean outside zone 1 by Jerry and Kusaba. Man, they're like almost evenly matched up. And Jerry, I think, is doing way better than how he was qualifying. And Kusaba qualifying 6th. Jerry qualifying 27, putting up a good fight. So what do you guys think? Do you think that straightening is going to hurt Jerry? Or do you think it's going to be another one more time? Or do you think it's going to be Jerry? Because that was a pretty sick outside zone 1 too. I see Kusaba. I see the GR86. Yes, Kusaba. And all 3 judges going with Yusuke Kusaba gets the win, moving on to the top 16 and putting up a great fight here. Jerry Zhu, he has it in him. Let's go ahead and see how he's going to do at Sugo. But great hustle this round here in Ebisu. All right, we have one more battle left until we know who is going to be in the top 16 for this afternoon's battles. It is going to be Naoki Nakamura going to be leading, and Benjamin Chiem. Benjamin giving chase into Supra. Naoki Nakamura leading in the GR86. Both vehicles with 2Js. Sounds like Nakamura's car pops more. And earlier there was a one more time call. And you know, just by going with how close and the proximity in the chase position, it looked like Nakamura had it. But at the same time, Benjamin's lead and his chase all put together gave them a one more time. Now who's going to win this one more time battle? Uh-oh, that's a pylon touch. So it's a pylon touch by Nakamura. All right, so there was supposed to be the last battle of the top 32, and it is the last battle of the top 32. It's a one more time battle. Y'all like how Benjamin's car looks? Some of you like his kit. How do you guys think about, what do you guys think about Nakamura's car? The Nakamura style drizzled onto the GR86. Now they started, it's a clean start. And now Nakamura takes it wider than earlier. And now Benjamin trying to get a little closer, but he's taking much of a shallower line than the lead position driven by Nakamura. And that will be it for the first run. But it looks like Nakamura stepped up his lead run. A tire off at the initiation and leaving the outside zone 1 early, but he does feel outside zone 2, the wall, very well. And Benjamin trying to keep up and trying to put the pressure on, but also gets closer by taking a slight shallower run or shallower line. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of contact on the wall, towards the end of the wall by Nakamura, but I don't think he's straightened. Yes, it looks like Benjamin sacrificed the line. All right, now they're switched where Benjamin is in the lead and Nakamura is giving chase. Now, you know how Nakamura chases. How is Benjamin going to lead? No! Benjamin going a little too wide at the outside zone 1. And Nakamura getting closer and closer. Right, so looking at the mistakes, one driver probably made a bigger mistake than the other. Benjamin, multiple tires off. That does not look good in the lead position. And that is it. All the battles is probably going to be over right here as soon as the judges make their decision. Is it going to be Naoki or is it going to be Benjamin and Yamanaka, Imamura, and Fukada? All three judges going to. Naoki Nakamura gets the win. Car number 999 gets the win, is moving on to the top 16 in a great fight by Benjamin. Taking Naoki Nakamura to a one more time, but he does make a critical mistake and gets knocked out here at the top 32. Now that is going to be it for the top 32. We're going to be back this afternoon for the top 16, so don't miss it. Make sure you're back for that because there's going to be a lot of great battles going on. So here you are. The first battle is going to be Kengushi versus Koichi Yamashita. Second battle is Wataru Masayama versus Pon. Third battle is Mao Yamanaka versus Tetsuya Hibino. Fourth battle, Masanori Kohashi versus Tomoki Tanaka. Fifth battle, Hokuto Matsuyama versus Jin Harino. Sixth battle, Ryutaro Oe versus Yuma. Seventh battle is Kanta versus Charles Ng. And the last battle is Yusuke Kusaba versus Naoki Nakamura. And that is going to be exciting to see. at this point. I have no idea who's going to be taking the win here at the third round of FD Japan GSOC Presents Formula Drift Japan 2024 season from 13:10, which is 1:10 this afternoon Japan time. We will start the top 16 ceremony, and from 13:30, 1:30 this afternoon, the top 16 will be starting. So make sure you're back on the live stream. Don't miss it. Go eat, drink, take a nap, where you're from. Thank you very much for tuning in here for the top 32. I am going to run back right now because I have to do the drift ride-alongs right now, and it's supposed to start any time. So go ahead and enjoy the rest of this live stream. I will be signing out. Peace out. See you guys back here later this afternoon at 1:10 or 1:30.
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.「究極の静かさと安全性」「オンロード」「オフロード」世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りでも高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
in a world of extremes. This is where they're refined, the real deal. Cusco.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC